I'm Arthur. I'm the global publishing producer for World of Warships. As you saw back there on the slide, we have 22 million registrations, and that's actually good for us. And actually, if we continue like that in the next years, then in a few years we will be as big as World of Tanks is now, considering how long it's been running. So that's actually a very good measure of success for us. It's actually working surprisingly well, considering that it's basically the same model. If we had a choice, we maybe would have started doing things slightly differently, maybe. But we've now embraced this model wholeheartedly, and we're just trying to improve on it right now. So we're pretty happy with working within this type of framework that we have. Yes, it's been a topic since day one for World of Warships. It's actually not easy, especially with getting all of the materials that we need to start producing ships. It's actually a fairly slow process to get them from the museums where they are. But as you can see now, we're slowly getting there, so we're finally almost ready to release British Cruiser Line, the first line for Royal Navy. And in general, the pipeline for producing ships is now in full swing. We've got at least 4 branches planned for next year, maybe 5. And there's always stuff that comes in between, like you might have already heard that there will be sub-branches of Japanese destroyers coming in. So there's always new content being produced somewhere, from ships that even we've had for months now, just lying around somewhere because some modeler made it in his spare time, just because he loved it so much. And then, in our in the master sheet, let's say, of how each nation can look like, obviously there's a few branches for everything, at least in most cases. In some cases, some branches of ships are not there just because historically there was nothing to build them from, or they were fully paper ships, so we don't really want to produce them. But generally speaking, some branches have sub-branches as well, and very soon you will see what that looks like for Japanese destroyers, where we introduce a new sub-branch of Japanese destroyers. We shuffle some of those ships, move them around from trees to have 2 lines that give a similar gameplay that shows you kind of the trend in the naval engineering of that nation, but still has different gameplay traits in those trees.
Okay, that's going to be quite interesting, because I remember running.
For the first anniversary, guys, I'd like to thank you so much for being with us for this whole year, and I hope you stick around with us for the next at least a few years, because we have plans until 2020 for ship upgrades. So stick around and you'll have lots of content and lots of amazing stuff to see. Action stations.
Okay. Great.
For sure. I think that in general, every new piece of content will somehow enrich the game, just because more variety in a game that randomly matches you against other opponents is just good.